Aloha Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology, and it's so good to be here with all of you today. I am saying aloha today because we are in our ocean energy. I woke up from a beautiful dream and it involved an orca, and I'm going to tell you all about it. First and foremost, we are going to be using the Whispers of Aloha Oracle. We're going to be using the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. I might pop in, I'm not sure, the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins at the end. And we're going to be using the Mermaid Tarot. So, as you can see, we're in our oceanic energy here, Pisces. And there is a lot that I want to share with you. And I believe that it will resonate. I'm going to kind of put the cards off to the side so we can focus in. So I had a dream last night, and normally my dreams are very dramatic and honestly sometimes scary or just wish I didn't have it. But I actually woke up this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, it was a beautiful dream. I wish I could go back. It was so awe-inspiring and scary and beautiful at the same time. So I had a dream about an orca. I was in a virtual reality and essentially had put on these virtual reality glasses, and I didn't know where I was at the time, but it looked like I was at maybe a theme park. So I put on these virtual reality glasses. I'm now seeing through the eyes of this marine biologist who was under the water in a place where there was this lone orca. This orca was way off in the distance, and I was afraid, looking through the binoculars, because I know orcas, they can be quite destructive. They are carnivorous animals, and, here's this small human that could look like a seal or some kind of prey, and I'm that person. So the orca eventually does make a connection to me or to the marine biologist, comes towards the virtual reality that I'm in, and it jumps over me and goes under me and to the side of me and just showed this beautiful presence about itself, but it never harmed me. And off in the distance, it was just this dynamic, majestic, beautiful animal. And it was awe-inspiring. It came back over, it jumped over me, and it just showed me its power, but also its reservation, and that it didn't hurt me. I'm going to bring up some notes really quick. Give me a second, because I went into a little bit more detail about what orcas can mean and what I took from this dream. So give me a sec. Okay. So as we were saying, this orca was in the wild, but once I took off the virtual reality glasses, which are actually showing us that we're in a simulation, it was more, they were in the 5D, my reality was in the 3D, and it showed me that oftentimes we can get caught up in this reality that we're in, where things seem larger than life. Things can seem overbearing, unbelievable, daunting, but there's this need for us to kind of zoom out and understand, we are still very much so in charge of our reality. I also looked up to see what orcas meant. And if you see them in a dream, and it says to see an orca in a dream indicates that you need to be more social or more vocal about something. Step up and speak up. Alternatively, the dream symbolizes spiritual guidance. You are ready to confront your emotions and make the connection between the conscious and the subconscious aspects of yourself. Then my guides took me to the movie Free Willy, which came out in 1993, which could be significant to you. It was a year after I was born. And the song by Michael Jackson, Will You Be There? Everyone kind of associates with that movie. I wanted to know a little bit more about what is that song, Will You Be There, about? And it says the song by Michael Jackson is a deeply personal and spiritual song expressing vulnerability, faith, and a desire for connection. It's a plea for the divine support during difficult times, and also interpreted as a request for friendship and loyalty. The lyrics reflect a moment of introspection and a search for meaning, resonating with many as a message of hope and inspiration. And so I feel like you might be going through a really difficult period where there's this daunting, scary situation, but it cannot harm you. It will not harm you. And also, in retrospect, if you kind of more resonate with being the orca, you have this power and this reservation. And you might be going through a situation where you're not fully inflicting all the pain that you could. You're trying to be a little bit more reserved. But I do think with that free willy coming into play, you are being released, you're being freed, you're being liberated from a daunting situation, a daunting relationship, or a reality of yours. Because again, I was in VR glasses, virtual reality glasses, and you are being lifted from that reality and set into a new one. Because when I took off the glasses, I realized I was at like an aquarium or something, and it kind of took away the luster because I realized I was just in a tank and I wasn't actually in the big blue sea or, in the ocean with this orca. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to resonate in your life, Pisces, but I wanted to share it, and I hope to keep sharing dream messages with you. So let's dive in. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Whispers of the Ocean, 3 cards from the Whispers of Aloha. I'll speed this portion of the reading up, and we'll check back in after the cards have been shuffled. Alrighty, Pisces. For the sake of things looking even, because I have a little bit of OCD about that, there was an extra card, a 4th card that came out, so I picked a 5th. So there's 3 cards from the Whispers of the Ocean and 5 cards from the Whispers of Aloha. Let's dive in. I'm going to kind of like ingest all of this really quickly. So you have card number 30, Surrounded by Prosperity, and it says your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which extends outside and known is beyond measure. It's funny how it says reality, okay? Because those VR glasses were significant in that dream. The fact that it wasn't actually happening in real life. You have card number 35, Help appears in various ways. It says there is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look to the support systems that are with you continually. And it looks like a school of fish. Remember, the orcas, it said, represent like social structures. And I think when I was looking it up as well, they kind of like are indicative of family because they travel in a pod. Then you have this beautiful card 27, which kind of gives me that energy I saw of like way out in the distance. The orca was like this bright white light, and it says push to the surface. You may have been complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. Love that. Then from your Aloha cards, from the Aloha Spirit, you have Expression of Gratitude. And it says, add thankfulness to your day. Then another similar pose, we have card 43, Strive for Clarity, Stretch and Reach Your Dreams. There's something about going upward. The push to the surface, the expression of gratitude, the strive for clarity, they're all pushing upwards. Then you have build on your foundations, transform through wisdom. Ooh, that's beautiful. Some fire energy there. Then you have 4, the surprising splendor of life. Enjoy the fleeting pleasures of your everyday life. I'm telling you, that dream was super pleasurable. It was so much fun. It was exhilarating. And the last card here, beautiful scenery. It says 31, worth the risk. You won't know if it's right for you unless you try. So Pisces, there's a lot that's coming through here about you reaching for the surface, pushing, being liberated, freeing yourself from a constricting situation where you might feel isolated, where you might feel you don't have support, or where you don't have the right foundation to build your life upon. I see a shift occurring for you. So starting off here with surrounded by prosperity. This turtle is amongst all these beautiful fish. I'm not sure what type of fish they are. If you know, drop it below. But Spirit is saying you're going to be provided with sustenance, finances, a home, that vehicle, the right people, an environment that is going to be suitable for you. I definitely feel the energy of environment coming through heavily in these cards. But also you liberating yourself from an environment, because the biggest thing that came through during that dream was when I took off the VR glasses, instead of being in the ocean, I was in a tank. And the tank could represent restriction, confinement, and also the orca was by itself. It was not with its pod. It was by its lonesome. And I definitely noted that in the dream, that it was on its own, but it was still a force of strength and beauty. So you have a lot around you. There may be situations that you're in that are trying to cloud you out or make you feel like you don't have, this energy about you where you do have support. Like you might be in a situation where you feel like you don't have support, but you really do. There's so many people around you who love you, who care about you, soul family coming in. Let me use myself as an example, like a lawyer that's coming in to help me with my situation. Like you are going to be placed in situations where people are there that will be able to assist you, guide you, comfort you, give you sage advice. Okay? And then we have here, help appears in various ways, which is almost the same thing. Prosperity looks different to absolutely everybody, right? Prosperity does not have to just be financial. Having prosperity is just being provided for. And Spirit is also providing help from the people around you, from the community that you're within. So it says there's much support for you. Sometimes you may get adrift and forget to look for the support systems that are within you. That are with you continually. So dive in, Pisces. We have a beautiful community here. Get out and about. My friend sent me recently, I've been going on walks with my daughter. I think I was telling you guys a couple videos ago. Trying to lose weight, trying to get outside, get all these sun rays in and these light codes in and just feel good. A friend of mine saw that I was, kind of looking for new places to go. And she sent me a couple of different mom walks in my local area. So you have a lot of support. Be adaptable and kind of go out of your comfort zone a little bit here. Like there's this need to kind of change up your everyday, change up the status quo, get out of this situation. Again, I haven't watched Free Willy in a long time, but I know that his issue also was confinement. And somehow, some way, I'm going to watch it. I think it's on Netflix. Him being freed from that confinement and back into the ocean was the premise of the video, if I'm remembering properly. So are you ready, Pisces, to utilize the universe? The fact that you can co-create with your reality, the fact that Spirit is putting different forms of support systems into your life, whether that's a friend, who gives you some advice, a lawyer who's there to aid you with your legal issues, a partner who's there to help you when you need to feel loved, a child who needs to motivate you, your animals to give you unconditional love. There's so many different avenues of support that are coming in right now to help you push to the surface to free yourself. Now, as a person who loves animals, and as many of you know, I'm a veterinarian. I grew up watching Animal Planet, National Geographic, Discovery Channel, all that. Used to get like the Nat Geo magazine sent over to me. And I know that when this calf is born from this blue whale or this humpback whale, they push up to the surface to help it take its first breath. And I see new life coming into you, Pisces. It says you may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. This is your spirit team. They're ready to assist you and usher you into this new life. When that orca jumped over my head, I literally was like, oh Oh my gosh. And I just thought about, how much I want to take Lily to the aquarium. And I know for some of you out there, you're not like pro zoo, pro aquarium, and I understand the pros and cons of them, but I do go, I will be honest. But the beauty and the wonder of this new life and of this experience that's about to come in for you, Pisces, it is going to take you by storm. You're going to be so happy. You're going to feel so free. And I think you're going to get your spark back. And then you have expressing gratitude. So even if there's like this mountain around you, and I feel like this is probably a wave, but I don't know. I see you bending with the waves. I see you still thanking God, thanking your spirit team, thanking the universe, the divine, the creator for where you are, for what you have, knowing that things are going to get better. It says, add thankfulness to your day. Every single day, no matter what you're going through, no matter what the finances look like, no matter what the home situation looks like, no matter what you're going through with your health, no matter what life is looking like. That legal situation, that relationship gone awry, that bad report for your health, that family member that just passed away, whatever the case is, we all are going through so much transition. Take a little time out of your day to pray. Take a little bit time out of your day to remind yourself that each day you're getting stronger, you're getting better. You are surrounded by prosperity. God is sitting in helpers for you. You're getting that push to the surface. And also you're going to receive clarity about where to go, how to get there, what's in store for you. It says stretch and reach your dreams. But you're not going to have to stretch alone, Pisces. Remind yourself you're getting that push. It's almost like this person and that baby whale, that calf, are like representative of one another. You are being pushed, stretched, repositioned to chase after this new life, to look at the infinite possibilities and understand that you are almost to the end of this cycle. You may be seeing 999. Things are closing. You're getting close to the surface. You're about to take your first breath. And when she gets to the top of this, it looks like maybe she's in a cavern under the water. When she gets to the top and she takes that breath and she sees the sun, it's all going to make sense. So I do see you going through a difficult time, but understand you are never alone. And God is imbuing you with so much strength from the fire energy around you. Many of you have expressed you have Leo in your chart. I do. I have Leo Venus, Leo Mercury, rules my 6th house of day-to-day work, health, and routines. So Leo is very highly aspected in my life. But it says build your foundations, transform through wisdom. So now that you've been tried by the fire, now that you've seen a lot and you've been through a lot, you understand what you want in your life and you understand what you don't want anymore and what you don't need. This is a time for you to build a new foundation, to burn the old bridges, to make the new life, to let go of the past. And what I love about fire is it really transforms things. So you can have something, put it in fire, and it's completely different, thing at the end of the day. Think of like how lava rock on the Hawaiian Islands forms into islands. But it was once this magma from the center, the core of the earth, but it cools and it transforms into this beautiful rock-like structure. Very potent, very magical, but you are literally transforming like the lava in your life, the drama, the trauma, the chaos. I'm seeing a lot of that into a firm foundation for your future. You now know where you're headed, where you need to go. And so Spirit is saying it may not have come the way you thought it would with the surprising splendor of life. It says to still enjoy the fleeting pleasures of your everyday. So even though everything may not be perfect, this is a time, again, with gratitude and with also just enjoying life. Put yourself out there. to experience and receive and understand that as scary as that orca was in the dream, it was also awe-inspiring. It was also majestic. It was like, whoo, this is amazing. And I have chills as I say that. It was just the wonders of this world. Get out there, explore, go visit, a new place or do a new thing. Maybe some of you were thinking about deep sea diving or scuba diving. Some of you might be whale watching. Some of you might just be getting into like fishing or something like that. But swimming even, like get yourself into a body of water and experience the wonder. Especially if you get into the ocean, that'd be so cool. The wonder of this world. And at the end of the day, Pisces, once you are lifted to the surface and you have transformed and gone through this difficult battle, journey, situation in your life, I see it all being worth it. I see peace. I see that rock that is now a hardened foundation for you. And it says you won't know if it is right for you unless you try. This is about taking a risk, deciding to go in a new direction, weather the storm, have gratitude in the midst of the chaos, allow the fire to burn the old bridges, relationships, toxicity in your life, and renew you and allow you to find this place of peace, your own little piece of paradise. That's what I feel for you, Pisces. You will be like Free Willy. And the divine is going to support you through this difficult time, which is where that Will You Be There Michael Jackson song comes into all of this. The divine is actually showing up in various different ways. Are you going to take the time to notice the divine and how nothing can hurt you? Again, when I was in that VR, that virtual reality was scary and beautiful and fun and awe-inspiring, and it just made me want to, it made me want to live again. That's the best way I could explain this. So we're going to do a quick spread, Pisces, because we're already 24 minutes in. We're going to just pull 8 cards. What does Pisces need to know, Spirit, about this liberation, this freedom? We have the 5 of Cups, the Tower, and I'm not going to pull these in any particular spread. I think it's going to make sense. We have the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Big decisions being made, Pisces. Big decisions being made. The Knight of Wands. There's that fire. The Sun. Oh, that's that like light at the end of the tunnel. That's that rebirth. That's that happiness. Those are those same fish that were around that turtle. I'll show you. Last card for Pisces. The 7 of Cups. I love this spread. On the bottom of the deck, Pisces, you have the 2 of Swords. You're at a place in your life where it's time for you to make a decision, for you to remind yourself, I'm here to live. I'm here to be abundant. I'm here to open up my mind to the possibilities that there's so much more for me outside of this tank, outside of this situation, outside of this confinement. For many of you, this is a home environment, but there are some of you where this is a relationship, a family dynamic. Take it as it resonates. But you are being faced against the opposition right now and being told to choose you, to be wise, to have gratitude for everything that you've been through. But it is time for you to say touche and to move on. Okay? There just needs, I feel like peace needs to come in. Like, stop fighting, make the decision, move forward. Because where you've been has been in a place of lack, of constriction, sorrow, depravity. God wants you to live more. There's this energy here where, the lighthouse is here, so maybe you're starting to see the light. But things have been dim. Things have been worrisome. confirmation, but you have had, especially animals and animal spirits, have come to comfort you, friends, and allow you to still have some peace in the midst of the storm. Because at the end of the day, what has happened, what has been taken from you, what has been broken away, the structure, the stability of where you were, the tower is here to say, it's time to let it go. Let the tower fall. Let the old situations, kind of run their course. Get to the end of this difficult period. Again, you will probably start seeing 999. And begin to relive your childlike wonder with the Six of Cups. This is about having fun. This is about nostalgia. This is about getting back to the things you used to do when you were a kid. This is about revitalization of the heart, the mind, the spirit. Have fun again, Pisces. Go after your goals. Do what gives you joy. You have the Knight of Wands here that is saying, be passionate about the life that you live. Don't just continue to wallow in grief or sadness, confinement, again, being deprived, not looking after yourself, accepting the bare minimum. Living outside of your means is coming through as well. There's going to be a complete life shift for you. And with the Six of Swords here, you're leaving. This is that freedom energy. The Six of Swords is about movement out of a place of, lack, turbulence. This person in particular is in like a cold place. They're near ice. So I see Spirit taking you from this icy energy into that beautiful landscape that we saw on our card that said it will be worth the risk. This is a journey you may have to take alone. You may have to take very little with you. The birds are chattering, so there might be some stress, anxiety, and a lot of communication to get there. But you will get there. A faithful friend, a faithful comrade, someone like that I do see working with you. But it is going to feel like a journey, that you're really taking by yourself. Maybe that faithful friend is kind of just assisting you. But with the Queen of Swords here, you have to get real about what you want, Pisces. Where does your life want to take you? Where could it take you? What do you desire? What wisdom have you gained? What situations and people, jobs, locations do you need to cut off and say, I'm reclaiming my peace, my power, my abundance? She stands in a lot of truth. But that truth came through a lot of trial. And now, like we said, that Knight of Wands, that Knight of Wands is headed towards a new beginning. A fiery, passionate, abundant beginning. You have this fervor, you have this desire, you have this energy to move forward now, Pisces. And although it might seem confusing, this is kind of like that card. We've got some kind of like repeat energies here. The Striving for Clarity card is reminding me of this card here. The Seven of Cups can be about confusion, illusion, not knowing which path to take. But you are going to receive clarity. And again, the way that you do that is stretch and reach your dreams. What do you want? And it's almost like this and this, I can actually see the light I was telling you about. That's so interesting how Spirit works through cards. It may not even be about choosing any of these items here. You really actually need to head towards the sun. The sun is prosperity. I think, Spirit is saying you might be holding on to what's familiar, what's within reach. And there is something bigger, something more daunting or daring, something outside of the box that you're meant to reach for that is beyond kind of your gaze. Be flexible. But one thing that I also did notice that's repeating itself, and this is really cool because these are two totally different decks, different authors, is you see how those turtles and those yellow fish are in the prosperity card, and they're also in the sun card. You are going to be provided for. You are going to be prosperous. You are going to be taken care of. We're going to read this card. But the Sun card is here to say that, Pisces, all you need to do is believe that you are deserving of this new life, of this new path, of this new reality, of this freedom from the mundane. The choice is yours. Do you want to stay in this energy of lack, depletion, depravity, sickness, sadness, unworthiness, confinement? Or do you want to let the tower fall, reach for your dreams, and head to the surface, refinding the inner child within you? There's children here. And sparking the joy in your life again. I see a lot of you just going through big life shifts and understanding that what you've been stressed out about, what you've been worried about, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Help is all around you, Pisces. So let's read card 30, and we're going to finish off this reading, Surrounded by Prosperity. It says, your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. The school of fish pictured represents abundance, sanctuary, desire, control, steadiness, and even a possible windfall. You may find you want to take care of others by offering advice, guidance, and wisdom, as well as loaning your money or giving your time to a worthwhile cause. Your abundant flow is at its peak, and you find hidden treasures around every corner and in a wide variety of situations. You might be drawn to the vibrant yellow of the tang. I guess that's the name of the fish. This is your opportunity to tune into your solar plexus and your personal power. Are you giving up or alternatively too keyed up about a situation? This is the time to bring yourself back to feeling empowered and in control of your emotions. The lively green colors emphasize growth and healing and a return to your natural state of abundance. If you're feeling lack, use positive affirmations to create your own abundance. I have everything I need at all times. The yellow tang, a serene ocean dweller, is an essential part of the reef ecosystem. Large schools of yellow tangs can be found on the ocean's reefs. The yellow tang is attracted to areas of coral where they clear away excess algae. They help maintain balance in the ecosystem. Algae can turn up in all sorts of places, and you may even see yellow tangs cleaning it off of a turtle. Abundance can show up in a variety of ways. Trust that you are abundant. Clear away anything that may hinder your bounty. So this is about you clearing space, creating space. If there's any algae in your life, somebody in your life, a situation, a home situation, a job, if you need to clear up your health through your eating habits, that's what I'm trying to do, and through exercise. There's an energy here, Pisces, where you have that ability. Spirit is sending in the yellow tang, empowering you from the solar plexus, which is right around your stomach region on your body. Get familiar with your chakras and empower that part of you every single day, saying, I will succeed. I am headed towards the sun. Things will get better. And you have divine assistance. I'm so happy to deliver this message to you today. Confirmation again. I hope that you take this message with you, Pisces. Run with it. Be wild. Be free. Enjoy your new life that's trying to come through for you. Let the towers fall and understand that they were never meant for you anyways. This is really an opportunity to get connected again with that childlike wonder. And remind yourself that Pisces are kind of like forever in that child energy. And it's a beautiful thing. Be creative, have fun, live an alternative lifestyle, do things you wouldn't normally have done, and trust that it will all be worth it in the end. All right, Pisces, I'll see you again tomorrow with another video. I wish I knew how to say goodbye, but I don't. So I only know aloha. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.